Alright, what's up, guys? Time for another video. I saw this on Good Morning America this morning, the morning news, and this is a hell of a way to find out that a new Resident Evil movie is in the works, and I believe they called it Resident Evil The Final Chapter, and there was a woman on there. I feel really sad for this woman. I mean, they decided to have her do she's a stunt woman that did like a lot of stunts for like a lot of movies, but anyway, they decided to use a motorcycle stunt, and it went wrong, and somehow the equipment or the camera that they have designed to move out of the way, I guess, to explain it the best I could, I think, for some of these scenes that zoom in. And I'm surprised, even with today's computer technology and everything else, that some of these stunts that are done in a real dangerous way and very risky, because you can't computer generate everything, I don't know. But evidently, to get some of these scenes, they have a camera and equipment like right there in front of, say, a motorcycle or anything, a vehicle or something. And they get these action scenes like real close up like that by somehow they're supposed to either move the camera out of the way or whatever they use to raise the camera out of the way or get it out of the way. And it didn't happen. She crashed into it. She lost an arm. They got to put her in she was in a coma for a long time and lost an arm. All I can say is, yeah, poor woman. She almost cried. And like when I saw the story, I mean, feel real bad. Everybody that's like a fan of the movies or whatever, I say everybody that can, send her cards, send her all the cards, and good wish letters and everything else to the woman. I think she needs it. And plus, I also want to say it's not the end of the world. A lot of things that come into my mind too. The drummer of Def Leppard, they didn't have the innovation to save an arm at the time when he lost his arm, but he still became a drummer. And a very wonderful thing that inspires me, which they should get with this woman for. They should get this. I was watching that newer Ripley's Believe It or Not. I think it was on the Travel Channel or something. I watched a couple of these different channels. I forget where I saw it. I think it was a Travel Channel, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. They have on, or the History Channel. I get things mixed up because now anything they call the History Channel, they have things like Ancient Aliens on and different things. And I get confused. But anyway, with this Ripley's Believe It or Not, had this wonderful woman that had a arm that was made with those 3D printers and rechargeable and functional and everything. And I followed up on a lot of stories, either on the internet or even YouTube, or where they want an innovation where it can connect something to your mind. And there was a vague story somewhere that they had some kind of sensor on somebody's head. They could control a robotic arm with their minds. But anyway, this woman on Ripley's Believe It or Not, they showed her doing archery with that one arm, and she has to recharge it, you know, with a USB. And I always wondered too, an idea like them solar chargers for phones and computer laptops and everything, that they could add to that by maybe having somebody like wear a solar panel somewhere or on there or something somewhere on their person. But yeah, a lot of other things that inspired me too, like I like to see made into movies that had things to do with people that lost arms. Two of my favorite anime things that I used to watch when I watched Adult Swim when I lost my better paying job and tried to go to college, and I'm up late at night for whatever reason, you know. But Full Metal Alchemist, you know, the kid that has there's different technology going on here. But my favorite action comic that was on there called Cowboy Bebop, a team of a group of these characters. They're bounty hunters, and the one leader, the story, and if you followed the whole story, is he lost his arm because it was like shot off, and he has a cybernetic arm. There's one particular episode where his ex-buddy that was his partner when he used to be a cop, helped stage the attempted assassination. It was this like interplanetary like mafia assassin or whatever, that broke out of prison and all that. But he had a cybernetic arm, and that was like a wonderful cartoon. I kind of wished that they would make those two cartoons into an actual, you know, movie. And I always wondered what characters would they get to play in that. But I know this is a little off the subject, but not really. It's something that I'm trying to give you some cartoons and anything, movies and stories that add to the imagination that you want to see. Replacement body parts get more innovative or whatever too, and that's a thing that you want to see. But really, the real life thing that really gets me thinking is that woman I saw, the young woman I saw in Ripley's Believe It or Not. I mean, you know, get her and this woman that I just saw, the stunt woman, get them together, and they need to find the person who created this arm for this girl in Ripley's Believe It or Not, and get with this stunt woman, get her one of those arms. I mean, but like I said too, I mean, if you're a fan of some of the movies, like some of us were, the movies, even though they're just movies, they add to our imagination because they even create conspiracy theories too, but for good reason. I don't want to get into that, but I mean, there's a lot of older movies too, which I wanted to see remade. But anyway, that these Resident Evil movies, why a lot of us were fans of them, because it adds to the imagination, because we believe that people are working on genetic, all kind of genetic creations, if you will, for research, for the common good, and there's always a wonder if some stuff like that could come true. To you know, real life zombie. We don't know, you know, but the movies add to the imagination, and there is real, you know, research out there and all that, and that's why we watch some of the movies. But that aside, what I believe in strongly is, yeah, getting the technology, that woman from Ripley's Believe It or Not, get them together, and don't forget, like a lot of people, like the woman that was married to Paul McCartney, her lost her leg when she got hit by a motorcycle, and she still swam and everything. The drummer of Def Leppard, you know, there's got to be other ones you could name, you know what I mean? Get them to go visit this woman or whatever, or vice versa. And there's also, you know, a thing about, you know, if you lose a body part like that, maybe it'd be a thing like try to visit some of our soldiers that have actually lost appendages in these explosive devices right there. These soldiers that had to go and deal with what's going on in these other countries. And people, I guess, you know, have to know they're not alone. You know what I mean? I think we're thinking in terms of if such a thing happened to us, what would we want to do? Me personally, I would probably be wanting to hang with, you know, some of the war vets, or trying to seek out other people, you know, that are able to do stuff, you know, so get ideas, find out how they did it, you know what I mean? But I'll leave you in this video another thing too, which really gets me to want to make this video, because my one other girlfriend, which she's still on my Facebook, she was one that I was, if circumstances were right, I may have actually married at the time, but not to bore you with the details, you know, other circumstances happened. But her story really affected me wanting to make this video when I see things on TV, because she was, her car was hit by, I think I want to be incorrect, I think she said it was some kind of bus or truck, or prison bus or some kind of thing like that. Somehow, I think she didn't have any good lawyers. Nobody wanted to even help her pay the bills, but she was conscious, and she told me the story. She screamed no at the time. When she was in the hospital, they were pushing for her for them to amputate the arm, and she screamed no, 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 no. She did not want to do it. She said no, and they managed to save it. They had a bunch of you know, screws they put in her arm, and I think she told me that some of them screws got loose in there and you know, go back and have it fixed, but she moves her fingers, everything functional, you know what I mean? It could have been worse, but she actually was conscious to tell them no. They tried to amputate her arm. They wanted to do it. And she said no, no, and screamed no. And maybe some doctors somewhere, some people somewhere maybe wanted to do it because it was easier and less costly, because it costs money to actually try to save something. Unless you get some doctors somewhere that are more... I'm not accusing anything, but I think you can get doctors somewhere that want to make a name for themselves and make it a mission, a project to want to save an arm. You know, that's a good thing. God forbid you get anybody that wants to just amputate something because it's easier, you know what I mean? Well, and I also have a grandfather, though, too, that lost an arm. I was told the story that him and my grandmother, they were in a car, like the older cars, too. But he was wearing a seatbelt, and I think my mother told me, I remember him, I used to help him fix a car. He had the one arm, and yeah, when I was a teenager. But supposedly he was wearing a seatbelt, right? And supposedly the impact, the throw in the seatbelt, actually the impact of the seatbelt somehow ripped the arm clean off, so he had only one arm. But he still did certain work, like worked on the cars. I think I had to help him, like fix brakes or different things. And using certain tools, I actually helped hold a chisel while he used that one arm to hit with a hammer, and he was right on. But I want to leave you with that, you know, any relative, if you guys want to make a video and think about stuff like this that you see on TV, if you have any relatives that lost body parts or had a handicap of some kind for any reason, and it's, you know, it makes me want to actually talk about stuff like this, you know what I mean? And, but being as the kind of, I don't know, that's like, I don't know, just basically talking about something that I would like to see. And I don't know, we got in our area always advertised on TV, Attorney Edgar Snyder, you know what I mean, the law firm and all that. Every time I hear of certain things like this, you know, to leave you with that, I keep wanting to think, Edgar Snyder is always on TV, Attorney Edgar Snyder. There's no fee unless we get money from you, you know. But yeah. Anyway, that's enough for this video, but you guys get the point. If you were into these movies, or you don't wish that kind of thing to happen to anybody, even if it's somebody in the world that you don't like, this is a thing you don't wish on anybody, whether it's a car accident or anything. And I think they really should do right by this woman, you know what I mean? And that people, anyway, people want to send cards and gifts or whatever, please do so. I mean, I hope this video helped and give people ideas on inspired.